Hey loved ones, it's your girl Neffy and I'm back with a look dedicated strictly to Lupus Awareness Month. Stay tuned if you'd like to learn some facts about lupus and to see how I created this look. Let's get to it. This video is dedicated to spreading awareness about the horrible disease of lupus, but I will make sure to list all of the products that I used in the description box. That way you'll be able to tell what I did and in the order I used them in, okay? So let's get right on to this information. Lupus is an autoimmune disease and your body attacks its own cells and organs, so it can affect your skin, joints, a lot of times your lungs or kidneys, your organs, your brain. And the reason why this happens is because your body cannot tell the difference between foreign germs and viruses and the healthy ones. Unfortunately, I do suffer from this disease. I was diagnosed. It was about 8 years ago when I was diagnosed, and it was devastating for me. Okay, but moving on to the information. Your immune system turns against your own body. It can be super painful, but for most people who suffer from this, it's just a part of everyday life. For me, that was one of my main symptoms, was definitely pain, just everywhere, all over, every day. So far, there is no cure for this disease, but proper diagnosis, treatment plans, and management can help to reduce the symptoms that I'm going to describe and can help us to live more of a normal and comfortable life. The first thing I want to talk about is skin rashes. Also could be known as molar rashes or the butterfly rash. See, the weird thing about this is I had this rash on my face when I was 16 years old, y'all, and no doctors thought anything of it. So, I don't know. Sorry if I get off track. I'm just shaking talking about this. But these rashes can occur anywhere on your body, your ears, your arms, your chest, a lot of times your face. And the face, like I said, is usually where it occurs for me. I can always tell, assess how I'm feeling when I see those spots pop up on my face. They aren't usually itchy or painful. They're just kind of like an eyesore, just visually annoying and worrisome to look at, y'all. These can also come from prolonged heat or sunlight exposure. So you do want to make sure you stay out of the sun and use sunblock, because there is no topical treatment that will help them. They usually spread, but they just kind of go away on their own. You can also suffer from oral and nasal lesions, very similar to canker sores, which make just eating, drinking, or talking just not so fun to do. Like in the nostrils, like breathing can be restricted. I don't know. I've never experienced that. The link between these things and the disease aren't really known by doctors or anyone else, but light exposure and photosensitivity are usually symptoms of lupus. The third symptom I want to talk about is joint inflammation, which is one of the most common symptoms because it causes a lot of pain. It could be inflammation of the hands, legs, feet, ankles, hips, knees, just anywhere. It's usually one of the first signs of lupus in a normally happy-go-lucky, energetic person may all of a sudden suffer from extreme joint pain. sometimes even weakness. And it's the pain and the inflammation is what normally prompts people to go to the doctor and find out what's going on. Side note, at this time I am adding my first layer of matte lipstick to try and create this ombre lip, because it takes a couple of layers sometimes in order to, give off the look and the pigment that I want. Okay, number 4 is photosensitivity. The reason why I have photosensitivity separate from like the skin and the sun exposure is because with photosensitivity, that could just be sensitivity to bright light and sunshine, and it can cause just like serious headaches or migraine or other intolerances to light. They just come on out of the blue without notice or warning. And a lot of the times it could just be because, you've been exposed to a lot of light, or sometimes just like out in the sun without sunglasses on or whatever. Now, number 5 is fever and headaches again, because these, like I said, are signs that seem subtle, but they're troubling because they tend to linger on and they're generalized, so you don't know like what caused them. Fevers of 100 degrees or above, or hot flashes just come on out of the blue, that of course they have nothing to do with hormones or menopause. It's just something that is a symptom. And then, a lot of times you're misdiagnosed because you have a headache and then you have a fever, and then the doctors just give you something that treats you for a temperature when really it could just be anything. Number 6 is chest pain. Severe cases of inflammation in your body when you have lupus can spread to your major organs, and then chest pains can occur, and it is no joke, y'all. The lungs can swell up, and then they press against your ribs, which causes, oh my gosh, even more ongoing pain, and sometimes it's really debilitating. This one was huge for me because even though I kind of did share with people close to me that I was suffering from this disease has a way of just, telling your business sometimes, y'all. So number 7 that I want to talk about is hair loss. Because when your immune system is affected, it affects the normal growth and development of body cells, and the most common way that that presents itself is, through your hair. So hair loss can occur due to the disruption in the body's ability to support the normal growth cycle of your hair. And it can also mistake the body's own tissue for dangerous outside intruders. So, it just attacks your body, it attacks your hair follicles. Sometimes hair loss can also be due to the medication that you're taking, and then sometimes you can talk to your doctor and you could be decreased or switched off of that medication. But like I said, for me, it was a symptom. If I can find some, I'll try to insert some pictures if I am still up to it. I will. Number 8 is called like blue fingers, and it's just due to the restriction of blood flow to your fingers. They go numb, they tingle, they throb, and all of a sudden, because of the inflammation, the blood will just go rushing back to your extremities, and then you'll be normal again. But there's some times when it can last for minutes, hours, sometimes days, where your fingers or extremities are just tingling. You know, that feeling like when you hit your funny bone, it's sort of like that. We're almost done, y'all. Number 9 is fatigue. If y'all know what fatigue is, it's like exhaustion on one hundo. Like, it is feeling completely drained or exhausted. And this disease has a way of affecting the energy levels in so many ways. It interrupts your sleep patterns. It could be the medications that cause drowsiness. And sometimes this ends up leading to depression. Sometimes it's severe depression because this also can make your energy levels drop. And then you'll have loss of interest in your daily activities or just activities that you once loved, which is why I'm getting back into cosmetology and makeup and hair. It's just something I've always loved and something I had a passion for. Made sure I got educated and licensed in, and then, you know, I just all of a sudden wasn't, I just lost interest in a lot of things. So, you know, I'm getting better. I'm back. I'm loving it again. And it definitely does help. Vitamins can help with the fatigue. I've now figured out how to take vitamins that actually help me with this. So that's better. And number 10 is kidney problems. Because it just seems like inflammation is the ongoing thing here, because lupus can cause inflammation in the kidneys. It can make it difficult for your kidneys to like eliminate the waste into your urinary tract. So it just causes more pain. It causes toxins to build up in your body, in your blood, and also in your urine. Or the way that a lot of people experience it is swelling in the hands and feet due to fluid buildup in the body, like not being able to get rid of the extra fluid and toxins that are in your body. Okay, loved ones, those were just 10 symptoms of lupus that I wanted to share with you, so that hopefully if you or someone you know are suffering from these symptoms, you can go and get yourself checked out, because you can never, ever, ever be too safe. A lot of the times, this disease is misdiagnosed because of the symptoms. They overlap with a lot of other conditions that are out there. So just make sure you keep yourself as healthy as possible, and that if you feel these things, then you're definitely getting checked out. I would also like to say that all of these symptoms are not present in everyone who suffers from lupus. I'm not saying that at all. I did a little bit of research, and then I just grabbed the symptoms that I know for sure that I have suffered with and probably could have been diagnosed a little earlier had. They also don't know the cause of lupus. They don't know if it's hereditary, if it's genetic, or if it's about geographical things, like where you're from or where you've lived, or pollution. Who knows? These doctors don't know. These scientists say they don't know, because they don't know how your body or your immune system will react to the disease, and they also don't know how your body will react to the treatments that they give. So I always want to say, if you are suffering from lupus, or you know someone, always stay educated and empowered. Don't feel like you're less than just because you have this or you suffer from it. Just stay empowered. Encourage yourself. Advocate for yourself and your loved ones who are suffering from this awful disease, because there's not enough information out there about it. Okay? If you know someone who's suffering, you don't have to feel sorry for them. All we ask is that you empathize, and that's just with all people. You never know what someone's going through. Don't take it personal if they don't want you there. Sometimes it is very frustrating and upsetting when you can't do the things that everyone else is doing. Especially when you realize that you can't. And try to pick back up with the things you love. It doesn't matter if they're weird. It doesn't matter if you only do it once a month. Just try to do help you feel better. It'll keep a balanced diet. Diet is a big deal, y'all. No one ever told me this, but my diet change helped me a lot. Make sure you eat more of the fatty fish that have the good omega fats in them. Fruits and vegetables and whole grains will definitely make you feel better. Thank you for watching my video. Of course, I love you always. Never forget, we are beautiful, but as for me, I'm out of here. Shut the door, lock it,